Hello, I'm Emma Hammett from First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com. Today I'm going to talk about car accidents, road traffic collisions, people being hit by a car, people being hit by a bike, various car accidents or anything that happens on the road. So whether it's a motorbike crash or a cyclist being knocked over or a pedestrian being knocked over, or two car crashes where there's people sitting in the car and you are first on scene. I'm just going to briefly cover sort of when to stop and how to help. Now, there are loads more resources on this because it's such an important topic. There's loads more articles and more detail on our website, so on onlinefirstaid.com and on First Aid for Life. So one of the first things, if you're going along the motorway and you see a car crash happening, what do you do? When do you stop? How do you stop? I mean, the most important thing is that you don't make things worse, and in trying to stop, you don't cause a further accident and you don't put yourself at risk. So we've written a whole article about when to stop, how to stop, where it's safe to stop. The angle at which to park your car or to pull over can make a difference, and whichever lane it's in. So really important to make sure that you are stopping if it is safe to do so. Now, sometimes it might not be feasible for you to stop, but please alert the emergency services so that they can get experts there as quickly as possible. So not every time that you see a road traffic accident is it going to be appropriate for you personally to be the one to stop. If you can, and it's safe to do so, then what you do in those first vital few seconds, few minutes can make all the difference. And very often people have died following a car accident because their heads flopped over. So they're unconscious, and in being unconscious, their heads flopped forward and occluded their airway. And sometimes just knowing that and repositioning and supporting appropriately and making sure that airway is clear can save their lives. And an occluded airway can kill someone in a few minutes. So if you are able to stop, please do so, even if it is safe for you to do so. Be very, very aware of traffic around you, and also of other people who may have been involved in the accident who might be dazed and not quite with it and definitely need additional help as well. It is very, very frightening stopping at a car accident. And if you've ever been there and seen the emergency services draw up, they usually whiz up in their blue lights, and then they seem to take a little bit of time before they rush over. Now, usually what they're doing is what we should all do as well, is breathing and assessing the scene and just making sure they are prioritising, they have the right stuff they need, and they're going to be making clear-headed, sensible decisions. So please, if you are first there, don't go rushing in a panic. Take a few seconds to clear your head. It's a sensible approach. Now, we go into various bits in the article about when you move someone, when you don't move someone. I mean, the key is if you think that they might have damaged their spine, and if anyone's been thrown from a car or hit at speed by a car or a bike, or someone's come off their motorbike or a motorcycle, or a pedestrian's been hit, the chances of them having a head or spinal injury are relatively high. In which case, what you're trying not to do is you're trying not to twist them. But if they are lying flat on their back and they're unconscious and they are breathing when you get to them, then ideally you would get some people to help you to roll them into the recovery position, keeping their spine in line. Because lying on their back, if they're completely unconscious, will mean that they won't be able to maintain their airway. So really important that their airway is your priority. If they are conscious and they are lying there, if it is safe around them and you can make it safe around them, then keep them where they are and get the emergency services on the way. Now, if you're first on scene at an accident, your priority is anybody that is quiet. Anybody that is screaming, they have an open airway. They need to, obviously somebody needs to be with them if they are, completely distraught and hysterical, for their own safety as well. But your priority is anyone that is quiet, and working out very quickly if they're unconscious and breathing or unconscious and not breathing. So there is an awful lot to go into. Please make sure you have a well-stocked first aid kit in your car, or if you're a motorcyclist or a cyclist, with you on your bike, on your motorbike, because you are vulnerable road users, and having immediate kit that you can grab and use to stop bleeding is really important and really useful. So as I said before, priority is, are they conscious or unconscious? Are they breathing? Is their airway in danger? In which case, sort it out. And if you can avoid it, avoid twisting. It's that twisting movement that is particularly important if somebody's got a spinal injury, or you suspect they might have a spinal injury. Don't do anything too radical. Get help, get emergency services on the way, and hopefully our couple of articles that we've written will make it easier for you to know what to do and know when to stop. And also things like being able to direct the emergency services to exactly where you are. So understanding the signage on the motorway, which can give them a direct point to tell them whether you're travelling north, south, east, west, and exactly which of the marker points you're nearest and closest to, so that you can get them to you as quickly as possible. Also, when you're making that call, ensuring that you're giving them the information they need to manage resources appropriately. So they will need to know how many cars are involved, or how many bikes, or whatever is involved, how many casualties are involved, whether or not it's likely that they need fire engines. So is somebody trapped? Because if somebody's trapped, they will need to do the sardine can on the car. Is there a danger of fire? All sorts of things. Give them as much information as possible in a nice, clear way, so that they can manage appropriate resources, so that the people that are injured get the help and the support they need as quickly as possible. I hope that's helpful. That's Emma Hammett from First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com.